Alders and guests to please take their seats. We're going to begin momentarily. Alders and guests to please take their seats. We are about to begin. Well, good evening, everyone. The hour of 6 o'clock having arrived on this 19th of August, 2025. It is my honor to call to order the City of Racine Common Council. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. If you could please join me as you are able in that Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we do have Alder Harmon participating remotely this evening. Alder Horton, did we have any other excused absences? Okay, duly noted. Then Alder Horton, at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the Journal of the Council Proceedings or minutes from August 5th, 2025. The motion to approve it and seconded by Alder Mack. Any discussion on said minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. We do have one proclamation that I will read into the record tonight in anticipation of an event coming up on the 26th day of this month, and that is regarding Women's Equality Day, which is coming up on August 26th. The proclamation from our fair city reads as follows. Whereas on August 26, 1920, the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified, granting many women the right to vote and marking a pivotal moment in the fight for gender equality. And whereas in 1973, the United States Congress officially designated August 26th as Women's Equality Day, honoring the courageous efforts of those who champion women's suffrage and equal rights. And whereas the history of suffrage movement is both inspiring and complex, while it has achieved significant progress, it did not always include or represent all women, particularly women of color and those from marginalized communities whose voices were often excluded from the broader movement. And whereas more than a century later, women continue to face voter inequalities, including disenfranchisement, limited access to polling places, and restrictive voter ID laws that disproportionately affect vulnerable populations. And whereas today we celebrate the achievements of generations of women who fought for equality, and we reaffirm our commitment to addressing the challenges that remain, working to expand equal opportunity, representation, and equity for all women and girls. Now, therefore, I, Corey Mason, Mayor of the City of Racine, do hereby recognize August 26, 2025 as Women's Equality Day and encourage all residents to reflect on the progress made and continue striving towards a more just and inclusive future. Again, signed in anticipation and signed for the 26th day of August, 2025. Thank you, everyone. We'll now move on to public comments. I will ask the clerk to read the procedures of public comments before we begin.
The public comment is a segment as an opportunity for citizens to speak directly to the Common Council. Speakers will limit their remarks to 3 minutes. There shall be no dialogue or interaction between the speaker and elected officials or staff. This time is not intended to be a debate or discussion. The Common Council shall not hear personal complaints or attacks against any city employee or elected official or any matter related to an individual claim, citation, appeal, or lawsuit. Profane, disruptive, threatening, or conduct that otherwise impedes the safe, orderly, and effective conduct of the Common Council meeting is equally unacceptable during the public comment period, as it is during all other portions of city meetings. When a group of people representing one viewpoint wishes to address the council, one person should be appointed the designated speaker for the group. Candidates for office may not use this opportunity to campaign for office. Speakers will limit the public comment period, shall follow all rules of the Common Council and rulings of the chair, including a decision to terminate their remarks if the speaker does not adhere to these rules. Public comment shall be limited to ideas or concerns regarding the city of Racine. There will be 7 speakers this evening. The first is Kristen Nagaro, 701 Florence Ave.
And just as the first speaker is coming up, just a reminder, you get 3 minutes, but only 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, your microphone is turned off and the gavel down. It's not a reflection of what you're saying or your commentary. It's just an effort to give everyone equal time. Ma'am, please begin.
Thank you for allowing me to address this council. I apologize in advance because public speaking is not my best thing. I live at the corner of Florence Ave and St. Clair Street. one block north of me is St. Clair Street and Lombard Street. St. Clair Street has yield signs, Lombard does not. There have been numerous crashes at this intersection. Because too many motorists traveling on St. Clair Street would blow right through that yield sign as if it was not there. And I actually have heard, I never have seen the actual crash, but I have heard it because it's quite loud. And so I try to run up, well, I walk fast up the street and try to help the motorist who has been and try to help calm them, try to help them out of their vehicle and stay with them until the ambulance comes and paramedics check them out. Already the police are on scene and they're talking to the offending motorist who has hit that other vehicle. And the trauma that these people experience, I'm not sure I could even express it well enough. One time I just helped a lady out of her car and held her for a while and then helped her to sit down on the curb and just held her and helped her to slow her breathing until she could calm down enough to actually speak when the paramedics arrived. Another time there was an elderly gentleman that was a passenger in this vehicle. The airbag had deployed. I could see the powder floating around. And I was concerned that if he was breathing that in, it could be very dangerous for him. He had difficulty walking, but I helped him out of the vehicle. And that helped step him away until the driver of the vehicle helped walk him over to the ground. I can't begin to tell you how important it is that there needs to be a stop sign on both sides of St. Clair Street. I don't think a four-way stop would be necessary at all. But a stop sign with big flags on it, say, hey, there's a stop sign here now. Or a sign a little ways back to stop ahead. I have been in numerous communities in Illinois driving through and they have stop signs with blinking lights all around with a small solar panel.
Ma'am, please conclude your remarks.
Okay, I just, please stop some. Thank you.
The next speaker is Tamara Patton, 3822 Spruce Street.
Good evening, members of the Common Council. As said, my name is Tamara Patton and I'm a parent of two children who attend Starbuck International K-8. I'm here tonight to urge the city of Racine to continue its efforts in making arrival and dismissal safer for the students at Starbuck. Specifically, I'm asking the city to take action to remove the crossing lines at 15th and Ohio, block or remove the walkway in the median also at 15th and Ohio, and install flashing beacons on Ohio Street to alert drivers to slow down specifically during arrival and dismissal times. As a parent ambassador for Starbucks, I have the opportunity to talk with lots of parents throughout the year, and this is always a safety issue, and especially now that we have elementary children who are attempting to cross the street, sometimes unaccompanied by adults. That stretch on Ohio between 16th and Wright, very dangerous. Lots of parents I've talked to, and myself included, have observed cars struggling to slow down. So when you come right over on Ohio on 16th and you're going through a green light, there's not enough time, in my opinion, for them to slow down. If there is a crossing guard in there, for them to slow down, especially I've almost seen cars rear end each other because they're actually completely stopped because of that crossing guard, like right in the middle of one of the busiest roads that we have. And so I've also seen on Washington Avenue that cars very respectfully follow the flashing lights on Washington Avenue, which is also another busy street, as well as in front of Knapp Elementary. So I feel like this could be done without a huge interruption to the daily commute of Racine. I believe this is a very small task that will provide a rather large impact on the safety of our students. I hope that you will prioritize this for the school year. Thank you for your time and attention to this matter.
The next speaker is Joey Legath for Gaslight Drive.
Hello, good evening. I am talking about Main Street and slowing down the traffic and making it more pedestrian friendly. I hear a lot of people always say, well, traffic is nice on Lathrop or Durand or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna say that that's not true. But not the heart of our city. Town needs to have a stretch that people can feel they can cross the street. They can have pedestrian friendly crossings. We can slow the traffic down. We can have more people looking at the stores. We can have people going across the street feeling safe. It's always been my thing that I'm here for the safety of pedestrians, also increasing business in downtown Racine. 2019, we all know was boom. I was a believer. I'm thinking a lot of stuff is gonna happen. 2020, COVID happens. It's not in the same sense. We need a friendly pedestrian downtown. And the only way we're gonna do that is slow the traffic down. And by the way, there was a power outage and, they had to put stop signs up, like stop and go, like said, I want stop signs at. It's unbelievable. It slowed traffic down. So if any one of you guys would want to sponsor saying, let's do a test. Let's see how much traffic is going, how fast it's going. And if I'm wrong, I'll definitely not come here ever again to talk about that. But if I can honestly have somebody honestly go downtown and tell me that that speed is going 25 miles an hour, I highly doubt you're gonna say, oh, you're wrong. It's really going 25 miles an hour. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. So I really would like somebody to sponsor stop signs in the downtown area. It's about safety. That's all it's about. And there is no money in this God's green earth that somebody's safety, if you're saying it's too expensive, how much is a life worth? I wanna know. Thank you.
The next speaker is Sarah Robowski, 1037 Kentucky Street.
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Sarah Robleski, and I am the principal of Starbucks International KV. I am here tonight on behalf of my students, family, and staff to ask for you to finish the job of making the arrival and dismissal at Starbucks International safe for every child. First, I want to thank you for the progress that's already been made. Over the past year, the city has responded to our concerns by installing a digital speed sign, removing the crosswalk sign on 15th and Ohio, and providing crossing guards. We appreciate your partnership and your commitment. We also want to thank Alderperson Henry Perez for always listening to our concerns and being a good sounding board and communicating our needs. Despite the improvements, it is still very dangerous. The painted crossing lines are still on the road on 15th and Ohio, and that sends mixed messages to our children and families. Every day I see students try to cross there, believing it's safe when it's not. We need the lines removed, the walkway in the median block or taken out, and the guards moved only to Wright Street and 6th, so there's no confusion. Additionally, flashing beacons on Ohio Street are critical. Drivers must be alerted to slow down well before they reach our school. Without them, the risk of two children is simply too high as people drive fast down that busy two-lane street. Finally, parking on Wright Avenue during dismissal creates serious traffic safety hazards. When cars are parked along the curb between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., parents entering the pickup line cannot form a line next to the curb. Instead, they are forced into the middle of the road, blocking traffic and creating congestion that puts both drivers and students at risk. Installing no parking from 3 to 5 p.m. on school days signs would alleviate this problem and restore a safe traffic flow. These changes are not cosmetic, they are urgent. We are talking about preventing accidents, preventing injuries, and ensuring every child arrives at and leaves school safely. I urge you to act quickly to complete these final steps. Let's not wait for a tragedy to remind us of what could have been prevented. Please make these changes now so every Starbucks family can begin the school year confident that their children are safe. I do have a map of where we would like the changes and outline the changes that I request. So,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
The next speaker is Colin McKenna, 724 Crabtree Lane.
Good evening. I'm urging you to adopt the resolution tonight. To join Milwaukee and also establishing the Milwaukee area. Racine and Kenosha joining the Passenger Rail Commission. It's very important that we have transportation and Racine so people can get to places that do not have vehicles that need transportation. And it would bring in jobs and so people can get to work, and it would be bring in economic development, and it would reduce traffic congestion. So I'm urging you to support this. So, and then also on Starbucks, I hope you take away the crossing lane for the kids to walk across and put up a single like they got on Wright Avenue by Pratt School, a flashing single at their school and with the speed limit, so. And then also at Wright Avenue in Ohio, there has been many car accidents at that corner. I urge you to look at how many accidents and look at the records of accident at that corner. There needs to be a stoplight at that corner for safety of the children. So please consider that. Thank you very much.
The next speaker is Oscar Salias, 521 6th Street.
Good afternoon, Common Council. The one, minute, there we go, 3 minutes. How you guys doing tonight? Good afternoon, I hope everyone's doing good. I had a chance this week to actually do an investigational research, and I'm very happy about those findings. What I'm not happy about is the simple fact that the court ruled on court cases regarding our police department and fire department. But yet the city wanted to change wording in that yet again, and not give them a proper contract, okay? You guys want this meeting to be safe, you got an officer standing in the back of the room to do that. They come here and give their time. They work for us. It's time that we give them something. Taking away their medical care, taking away this, rewording that, not gonna happen, not gonna fly with me. Let's talk this real quick. Let's talk some statistics from last year to this year, okay? Homicides, the most disturbing incident is 100% increase. We had 3 last year, this month we have 6 this year. Let's see, calls of service are up 4.5 with auto services, surrounding by 11.7, burglaries by 4.1. Shots fired, 72 last year. We're up over 80. And yet, we asked them to go out day in, day out, protect us, protect us. We asked them to kiss their families goodbye in the morning, not knowing if they're gonna come home. Do you know how many officer-related deaths and fire response deaths happened this year? Does anybody want to take a guess? I'm not gonna say those numbers because 1 is too many. But we try to change the language for their contract. Why do we do that? The court has ruled that it shouldn't happen. Fire response calls were up over 50%. I had the opportunity to look at all this. Our company did the investigation. What is it going to take? Some people are here sitting with their eyes closed like it doesn't matter to the city. Does it matter if your house gets broken into and you want them to come save you? Does it matter that he has to sit at the back of the meeting to keep everyone in these chairs safe? Does it matter that they kiss their families goodbye in the morning and not know if they're gonna come home safe? Does it matter to people? If it matters, then stop trying to change the language of the court system and give them the contract they deserve. Because these numbers here, you can read online. You can read what I wrote on our media investigation report, because enough is enough. We're tired as the city of seeing our first responders out there day in, day out. They just had to pull a little boy out of the river. And you think that's something that they want to go home and live with? No, but they do it because they love each and every one of us. They love our city and they love what they do. And I'm sorry that I'm gonna do this with my last 3 seconds. Mason, it's time you get off your ass and do something.
The next speaker is Darlene Panham, 4943 North 20th Street.
Good evening. I'm coming on behalf of my church, Better Way Ministry. We want to have our street blocked off from, actually, there's a little, what's the discrepancy is not Linderman Street. It's Hayes Street, the 1100 block of Hayes Street up to Linderman Street. And also the timing has changed. The time was originally from 8 until 7 p.m., but we're actually changing the time from 12 noon into 7 p.m. And so those are the changes that we're recommending or offering. It's a back to school event and / we're having a cookout for our church's Better Way Ministries Deliverance. We're at 3300 Washington Avenue. And so we're just getting back to the community, the young people that are going back to school and giving them backpacks. And we're filling the backpacks up with school supplies. And on that day, we're having fun games, free food, activities for the young people. And so we just want to make that day, that event, great for them. And we also know that we have gotten a letter formulated for the block of 1100 block of Hayes, so that the residents know that during that day and those hours that are equated, that that street will be blocked off. And so we're ready and we're having things, we got our book bags, getting ready for the book bag giveaway. And so we're just excited. And so we're just coming to get the approval of that so that we can move forward. Yes, again, give back to the young people, give back to the community, let that neighborhood know that we're there for them. Again, thank you for your time.
This concludes the public comment segment.
Thank you. We'll now move on to referrals. We'll now move on to referrals to committees. The first committee for referrals is the Finance and Personnel Committee. Alder Lane, would you like to make a motion to refer those items?
Make a motion to refer the following items to the Finance and Personnel Committee. Item 0790-25, communication sponsored by Alder Allen requesting to discuss the definition of ex officio. I do have Alder Mack who has requested to make a comment on this, I believe.
Is it regarding the referral of the committee that it would go to?
Correct.
Please make your comment.
I'd like to make a motion that we have a joint referral to the Finance Committee and the Committee of the Whole. This is an item that is much broader than just the Finance Committee. And I think all of the aldermen would benefit from being a part of that discussion at the Committee of the Whole. As was mentioned in the last meeting, of this, actually, so I make that motion, and if I could speak.
Okay, there is a motion to dual refer item 0790-25 to both F&P and to the Committee of the Whole. Is there a second? Seconded by multiple people. Alder Kelly, I think you got it just near the wire. Alder Mack, do you want to speak further to your motion?
Just, as I said, it is broader than just the Finance Committee. As was mentioned 2 weeks ago, when we had a communication going to the Committee of the Whole, that this should be expedited versus, basically, getting lost in the process. So that would be my request, is that it would be scheduled as quickly as possible if it passes.
Any further discussion on the motion to make it a dual referral to both committees? Seeing none, when the clerk calls your name, please vote as you wish.
Alder Land,
Aye.
Alder Perez,
Aye.
Alder Kelly,
Aye.
Alder Harmon,
Aye.
Not here.
She's remote.
Aye.
thank you.
Not here.
Alder Pabon,
Aye.
Alder Frazier,
Aye.
Alder Townsend,
Aye.
Alder Mack,
Aye.
Alder Jorgensen,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alder Horton,
Aye.
Alder Skata,
Aye.
Alder Allen,
Aye.
Alder Pete,
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 noes.
That motion carries. Alder Land, would you like to continue with your motion for referral?
Well, should I state this one as going to vote and then?
No, the motion we just did referred the previous item to both committees. So if you want to start with item 0798, that would be in order.
8-25, communication sponsored by Mayor Mason on behalf of the Director of City Development requesting Racine County Economic Development Corporation provide a mid-year review. Item 0799-25, communication sponsored by myself on behalf of Human Resource Benefit Manager presenting the Network Health Medicare Advantage Plan for renewal and approval. Item 080-200-25, communication by myself requesting an update on the police and fire contracts. Item 0806-25, communication by myself on behalf of the city attorney requesting a proposed settlement in the case of McMillan versus the city of Racine. Item 0821-25, communication sponsored by myself on behalf of the city attorney's office submitting the claim to Ellie Rainey. Item 0816-25, communication sponsored by Mayor Mason requesting authorization for the mayor and city clerk to enter into an intergovernmental agreement pursuant to Wisconsin stats establishing the Milwaukee area Racine Canosa Passenger Rail Commission. Item 0830-25, communication sponsored myself requesting permission to award contract with Wilsurge Electric for low voltage contracting services.
Is there a second for those referrals? Second from Alder Horton. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Alder Pabon?
I just was gonna ask something about a specific one.
Okay, was it in regards to what committee it was going to? Is it on the subject matter itself? Okay, state your question.
Just for item number 0800-25, that's communication sponsored by Alder Land. Request an update on the fire contracts. I would like to request a dual referral, maybe the whole as well, because that is involves all of us, and maybe we should do that.
Okay.
So everyone is invited to go to finance and personnel meetings. I will just say collective bargaining matters are by ordinance a matter for finance and personnel exclusively, and those are usually discussed in closed session.
Is it against the law to have that?
I'll ask the city attorney to do it, but that is where the collective bargaining process occurs. The city attorney want to comment on it?
It wouldn't be illegal to send it to committee of the whole, but the mayor's right, specifically the city's ordinances do say the finance personnel committee is charged with the conduct of collective bargaining.
Are we able to go into closed session in the committee of the whole?
You are, and as members of the council, all members are allowed to attend finance and personnel meetings, including the closed sessions of those committees. So everyone is on the council is able to participate in that meeting.
Right. That a dual referral as well for something else that we
Right.
didn't plan to. So for this particular one, I would still suggest that amendment, if it fails, then it fails.
There's a motion and a second to dual refer this item. Any further discussion on the item? All those, I'm sorry, when the clerk calls your name, please vote as you wish.
Alder Land,
Aye.
Alder Perez,
Aye.
Alder Kelly,
Aye.
Alder Harmon,
Aye. Aye. Aye.
apologies, Alder Harmon, can you please repeat that?
I, yes.
Alder, no, stop. Alder Pavone,
Aye.
Alder Frazier,
Aye.
Alder Townsend,
Aye.
Alder Mack,
Aye.
Alder Jorgensen,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alder Horton,
Aye.
Alder Seda,
Aye.
Alder Allen, Alder P.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 no's.
The dual referral passes. We'll now move on to referrals to Public Works and Services. Alder Mack, would you like to make a motion regarding those referrals?
Make a motion to refer the following items to the Public Works and Services Committee. Item 084-25, communication on behalf of Nikki Wood for the Rhino Bar requesting permission to close high street between Main Street and Chatham from 12 to 9 on Saturday, September 6th for the Safe Ride fundraiser. Item 0815-25, communication on behalf of Chuck Sturtevant, Walden 3 Middle High School directing principal requesting to close off the south sidewalk of Rupert Boulevard from Chicago Street west of the cemetery during the winter season. Item 0818-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting change order number 2 to contract 2024-141 Mount Pleasant Drive Retention Basin. Item 0824-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez on behalf of Kimberly Payne of Jesus Alive Ministries requesting permission to close Velvet Avenue from Erie Street and North Wisconsin Street from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 13th for their community outreach event. Item 0825-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez, submitting bid results for contract 2025-511-2025 parking ramp maintenance and improvements. Item 0826-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez, submitting bid results for contract 2025-006-2025 sanitary sewers repair. Item 0827-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez, on behalf of the Department of Public Works, submitting bid results for contract 2025-009-2025 sanitary sewer lateral lining. 0829-25, communication sponsored by Alderman Perez, submitting change order number 1 to contract 2025-009-2025 sanitary sewer lateral lining. Item 0832-25, communication on behalf of Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services Department, submitting change order number 1 to contract 2025-051 Grayson Cemetery paving. 0833-25, communication on behalf of Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services, submitting final payment for contract 2025-051 Grayson Cemetery paving. 0834-25, communication on behalf of Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services, submitting final payment for contract 2025-072 Green Crest Park fence replacement. 0835-25, communication on behalf of the Parks Department, submitting final payment for contract 2025-050 Island Park Shelter Staircase Removal. 0836-25, communication on behalf of Tom Malbeck, requesting to close out Monument Square Drive from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. on October 25th for the annual PRCS Monument Mash Halloween event.
Second.
It's a second on the referral of these items. All those in favor of the referrals, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Moving on to referrals to Public Safety and Licensing. Alder Weiner, would you like to make a motion on these items?
0804, an application for a change of agent, by a favor of beverage license, usually on a 338, located at 110 South Green Bay Road, 4-year agent, 14th district. Item 080525, new application for 2025-2026 motor vehicle towing license, Boyd and Sons Towing Recovery. DB Boyd and Sons located at 1525 Grand Avenue, 10th district. Item 0812. An application for a public passenger business license, B&B Package Services, DBA B&B Cabs, located at 1409 Grange Avenue, Romy Dawson, owner, 11th district, item 0813. An application for a public passenger driver's license for Romy Dawson,
B and B cabs. Item 0819, appearance, request the appearance of Kimberly Binder for a new operator's license. Item 082025, requesting the appearance of Juan Ortega for a new operator's license. Item 082125, communication to review the public data call license ordinance. 0847, communication to have attorney begin Housing present to the public safety and licensing information on other municipalities' ordinances in regards to the cigarette, tobacco, and vape licenses. Item 084825, communication on behalf of the City of Racine Police Department for the premises reports. Item 084925, communication requesting any consideration, any formal expression of concern or other action pursuant to the police report. And by voting.
Is there a second on those referrals? Seconded by Alder Pete. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Moving on to the committee reports for executive action, Alder Land, did you have any items for separate consideration? And without objection, these items will be placed on the consent agenda. Alder Mack, I believe there was no quorum for the last Public Works and Services Committee, is that correct?
There was none.
Okay, so no items,
Report.
no report there. Then moving on to Public Safety and Licensing Committee report, Alder Widener, did you have an item for separate consideration?
Item for special consideration, that is item 071-5. Communication on behalf of the Public Safety and Licensing Committee requesting the appearance of Marco Lazarevic, agent of Kapana LLC, DBA Marco's Local Bar at 3001 Buckland Avenue, pursuant to a formal expression of concern and also requesting consideration of rescinding the formal expression of concern because it's in the 7th district. The recommendation of the PSL is that we refer the individual to attend a good neighbors meeting.
Would you like to make a motion regarding the item? So motion to approve this item, seconded by Alder Pete. Discussion. Seeing none, when the clerk calls your name, please vote as you wish.
Alder Land,
Aye.
Alder Perez,
Aye.
Alder Kelly,
Aye.
Alder Harmon,
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Alder Pabon,
Aye.
Alder Frazier,
Aye.
Alder Townsend,
Aye.
Alder Mack,
Aye.
Alder Jorgensen,
Aye.
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alder Horton,
Aye.
Alder Skada,
Aye.
Alder Allen,
Aye.
Alder Pete.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 noes.
That motion carries. Alder Horton, did you have any items for separate consideration on the Transit Commission?
No, I don't, Chairman.
Then without objection, these items will be placed on the consent agenda. Moving on to Planning, Heritage and Design Report, Alder Pete, is this an item for separate consideration?
No, I do not have.
Then without objection, this will be placed on the consent agenda. Then we do have 4 items that are timely, and that are direct referred here by the mayor's report. Alder Horton, would you like to read the first item, which may, based on what we've heard, require an amendment?
Item 0748-25, direct referral communication sponsored by Mayor Mason on behalf of Darlene Department. A Better Way Deliverance Ministry requesting to close Hayes from Washington Avenue to Lincoln Avenue for their church back to school giveaway and cookout on August 30th, 2025, from 8 o'clock to 7 p.m. Recommendation that the street closure request approval per Better Way Deliverance Ministry per attached stipulations. Votes approved.
So motion to approve this item, seconded by Alder Mack, or did you want to speak to that?
I'll second it, but I want to make
Yeah, absolutely. Alder Mack, would you like to make an amendment?
I'd like to make an amendment that, the street be closed, the 1100 block of Hayes to Linderman Avenue be closed. And that the hours would be from noon to 7 p.m. Let me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for making that amendment and for,
And the date. Was noon to 8 on the 30th. Yeah, noon to 8? Yes. Oh, noon to 8 p.m. I'm sorry. Thanks.
noon to 8 p.m. Thank you. Sorry, I was mishearing you say move the date, not until
That's
8.
what I heard.
Okay. Okay, so just to be clear, the amendment before us on this item would be to add the 1100 block before of Hayes, before the word Hayes, to amend the hours from noon to 8 p.m. That is the amendment before us. I think we can do this by voice vote. All those in favor of the amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That amendment carries. Now to the main motion. Would anyone like to speak to the motion as amended? Seeing none, when the clerk calls your name, please vote as you wish.
Alder Land.
Aye.
Alder Perez.
Aye.
Alder Kelly.
Aye.
Alder Harmon.
Aye.
Alder Pabon.
Aye.
Alder Frazier.
Aye.
Alder Townsend.
Aye.
Alder Mack.
Aye.
Alder Jorgensen.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alder Horton.
Aye.
Alder Skada.
Aye.
Alder Allen.
Aye.
Alder Pete.
Aye.
14 ayes, 0 noes.
Okay, that motion carries. The remainder of the items are the requests for separate consideration on those items. Seeing none, the remainder of these items will be placed on the consent agenda, and we will move to the consent agenda. Alder Horton, would you like to make a motion regarding the consent agenda? There's a motion to approve it, seconded by multiple people. All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. We'll move on now to announcements. Announcements are limited to recognition of city residents and employees, memorials and non-political community events. Discussion of matters related to governmental business is prohibited. Are there any announcements this evening? Alder Perez.
Try to thank you. Tomorrow is my wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations.
it's been a unique ride for both of us, my wife and I, who will be celebrating 42 years of marriage.
Wow.
Happy
Congratulations.
anniversary, my wife.
Any other announcements? Alder Pabon.
Well, I forgot. There just will be two, Thursday the 21st, Thursday the 28th, there are two community resource sessions that will be happening. 21st is at the Chavez Center and 28th is at the Bryant Center. From 6:15 to 7:15, it's just an opportunity to learn more about the resources we provide as the community. From Racine River Wash, the police department, hospitality center, so on and so forth. That same day, ironically, from 4 to 8, the Department of Community Safety is going to skateboard safer community at the Star Rotary from 4 to 8, so all are welcome there. And on the 23rd of August, which is a Saturday, the free haircuts for kids grades from kindergarten through 12 is happening at 1715 East Street, so please attend that. A lot going on, so we're great to maybe just some event going on for the end of the month.
Thank you. Alder Allen.
On Saturday, August 23rd, at Park High School in the theater, there will be a community celebration and fundraiser for Willow Newell. She is our reigning Miss Wisconsin, and if you all have heard in the media, she has the wonderful distinction of being the first African-American young woman to be crowned Miss Wisconsin, and she will be competing for Miss America on September the 7th. So on August 23rd, we are inviting everyone to come to Park High School and celebrate who she is and her upcoming competition. And there'll be some proclamations given out all the way from the state to the local level, and some very good entertainment and a lot of cheering. So I hope to see everyone who can hear in the sound of my voice, especially Park High School alumni. Thank you.
But you don't have to be a Park alumni to
You
go.
know, so I know you guys are really into this, the alumni thing, so.
Alder Jorgensen.
Point of information, I heard that the work at City Hall and the elevator may be wrapping up and that the venue may be changing. Are we still gonna be here for another meeting?
My hope is not. The elevator is not yet running. They are testing it later this week. It is my hope and plan that we are back in the council for our next, in the City Hall chamber for our next council meeting. I cannot yet confirm that.
Just in case we're not back here again, I just want to extend a thank you to all of the library staff who have been staying late to house all of our meetings and have been making some shifts, and we had some late ones, and I really can't express how much I really appreciate them staying to take care of us and make sure we have a place to meet. So it's very heartfelt thank you.
Well said. Alder Perez, you had a follow-on announcement.
Yes, sir. I forgot, yesterday was my granddaughter Connie's birthday. She turned 10 years old, and I'd like to congratulate her and wish her a happy birthday. And today is actually my wife's birthday, not last week, like I thought it was, I got the dates wrong. Today is actually her birthday. So happy birthday to your wife.
All right. Alder Harmon, did you have an announcement?
Yes, I just wanted to quickly say congratulations and honors go out to Woodman's in their opening. And the district is going to be very positive, a lot of jobs, a lot of activity, very coordinated, very organized. So just wanted to give a shout out to Woodman's in my district.
It's like singing around. Yes. Any other announcements before we adjourn? I too would like to thank the library staff for all that they've done. Like I said, look for your emails. It is not yet confirmed, but it is our plan that we will be back in City Hall on that first Tuesday in September, I believe the 2nd. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion in many seconds. All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. We are adjourned.
So,